Imagine meeting the love of your life, knowing they will disappear, without warning reappear years later, and experience your relationship in a completely different order than you do. How would you hold on to a love like that? Today we're exploring The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger, a unique love story that mixes romance, lost destiny, and the strange ways time shapes our lives. At its heart, this novel is about Henry, a man with a rare condition that causes him to travel through time unexpectedly, and Claire, the woman who loves him despite the uncertainty that comes with it. While the book contains time travel, it is really a story about relationships, patience, and learning to value the moments we have with the people we care about. Most people believe successful relationships happen when two people meet at the right moment. They think everything must line up perfectly: careers, goals, maturity, and circumstances. Henry and Claire's relationship challenges that idea completely. Because Henry travels through time, their lives never follow a normal timeline. Sometimes Claire meets an older Henry before he has experienced events that are already part of her memory. Sometimes Henry knows things about their future that Claire does not. Their relationship is filled with confusion, waiting, and uncertainty. Yet despite all of this, their connection remains strong. The book suggests that love is not about finding perfect timing. It is about choosing someone again and again, even when life becomes complicated. Think about real life. Many people delay relationships because they believe they need the perfect job, perfect income, or perfect circumstances first. Others walk away from meaningful connections because things aren't happening according to their ideal schedule. But life rarely follows a perfect plan. The strongest relationships often survive because both people decide to stay committed during imperfect seasons. The lesson is simple: stop waiting for perfect timing. Focus on being present and committed with the people who matter today. One of the most emotional aspects of the story is that Henry never knows exactly when he will disappear. Every goodbye could be temporary or significant. This creates a constant awareness that time is limited. In everyday life, most of us behave as if we have endless time. We postpone important conversations. We delay family visits. We keep saying we'll call someone tomorrow. We assume opportunities will always be available later. But the novel reminds us that none of us truly know how much time we have. Henry's unpredictable condition forces both him and Claire to appreciate ordinary moments. A simple dinner becomes meaningful. A quiet conversation becomes valuable. A normal day becomes something worth remembering. Many people spend years chasing bigger achievements while overlooking the moments happening right in front of them. The irony is that when people look back on their lives, they rarely miss another hour of work. They miss conversations. They miss family gatherings. They miss people. Imagine two friends. One is always busy and constantly postpones meeting up. The other makes time for regular conversations, even if they're short. 10 years later, which friendship is likely to be stronger? Usually it is the friendship built through consistent time and attention. Treat your time like the precious resource it truly is. What you give your time to becomes your life. Claire spends much of her life waiting for Henry to appear, waiting for him to return, waiting for answers, waiting for certainty. Many readers focus on the time travel aspect, but beneath this science fiction element lies a deeper message about patience. Modern culture celebrates speed, fast results, instant messages, immediate success, quick solutions. But some of the most meaningful things in life require patience. Trust takes time. Relationships take time. Growth takes time. Healing takes time. Claire cannot force events to happen faster. She cannot control Henry's condition. What she can control is how she responds. This is something many people struggle with. When life becomes uncertain, we often try to force outcomes. We want guarantees. We want certainty. We want immediate answers. But some situations require us to accept uncertainty while continuing to move forward. Consider someone building a career. Progress may feel slow. Results may take years. There may be periods when nothing seems to be happening. Yet consistent effort eventually creates growth. The same principle applies to relationships, health, personal development, and almost every important area of life. Patience is not passive. It is active trust. It is continuing to care, work, and believe even when results are not immediately visible. Instead of fighting every delay in life, ask yourself what the waiting period is teaching you. One of the central struggles in the story is Henry's inability to control his time travel. No matter how intelligent, prepared, or determined, there are limits to what he can change. This creates frustration, fear, and helplessness. Many people can relate to this feeling. We want control over our future. We want control over outcomes. We want certainty about what will happen next. But life often reminds us that control is limited. You cannot control how others think. You cannot control every opportunity. You cannot control every challenge. You cannot control every loss. What you can control is your response. Henry repeatedly faces situations he cannot change. Claire faces circumstances she did not choose. Yet both characters continue moving forward despite uncertainty. This is an important distinction. Acceptance is not surrender. Acceptance means recognizing reality clearly so you can focus your energy where it matters. Imagine standing in a storm. You cannot stop the rain. You cannot control the wind. But you can decide where to seek shelter and how to move through it. Many people waste enormous amounts of energy fighting realities they cannot change. The novel encourages a different approach. Accept what is beyond your control and focus on your actions, choices, and attitude. That shift alone can reduce stress and increase resilience. Peace often comes not from controlling life, but from learning how to respond to it wisely. People often assume that if two individuals share the same experiences, they will remember them in the same way. But this story shows us something very different. Henry and Clare are living the same relationship, yet they are often experiencing it from completely different points in time. For Clare, a certain moment may be a treasured memory she has carried for years. For Henry, that exact same moment may not have happened yet. This creates a fascinating reminder about real life. Every person experiences relationships differently. Even when two people are present in the same room, hearing the same words, and sharing the same event, their emotional experience can be completely different. One person may remember support. Another may remember loneliness. One may remember excitement. Another may remember fear. Understanding this can transform the way we communicate. Many conflicts happen because people believe their version of events is the only valid one. But often both perspectives contain truth. The book quietly teaches us to become more curious about how other people experience life. Instead of immediately defending our own viewpoint, we can ask questions. We can listen. We can try to understand. That simple shift often strengthens relationships more than winning an argument ever could. Now here's something surprising that many readers miss. Most people think The Time Traveler's Wife is a story about time travel. But time travel is actually just the backdrop. The real story is about absence. It's about loving someone when you cannot always be with them. It's about holding on to connection when certainty disappears. Henry's sudden departures make this challenge visible, but the emotional reality exists everywhere. People move away. Relationships change. Families grow apart. Loved ones pass on. Life constantly reminds us that nothing stays exactly the same. Yet the novel suggests that love is not measured only by physical presence. It is measured by commitment, by memory, by care, by the effort to remain connected even when circumstances become difficult. And that leads us to the most powerful idea in the entire book. Love becomes meaningful because time is limited. Think about that. If every moment lasted forever, would it feel special? Probably not. A conversation matters because it ends. A hug matters because it cannot last forever. A relationship becomes precious because every shared moment is temporary. Henry's condition forces him and Claire to confront this reality again and again. Every meeting matters. Every goodbye matters. Every ordinary day matters. Many people spend their lives acting as though there will always be more time. More time to call. More time to visit. More time to apologize. More time to say what needs to be said. But time has a way of moving forward whether we are ready or not. The novel reminds us that life's temporary nature is not something to fear. It is the reason life has value in the first place. A sunset is beautiful because it fades. A season is memorable because it passes. A relationship is meaningful because every moment shared is unique and unrepeatable. When we truly understand this, we begin living differently. We become more present. We become more grateful. We stop taking people for granted. We stop postponing what matters most. So here's one small action you can take today. Think of one person who genuinely matters to you. Maybe it's a friend you haven't spoken to in months. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's someone who has quietly supported you for years. Send them a message. Call them. Let them know they matter. Don't wait for a special occasion. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Do it today. Because meaningful relationships are built through small moments of attention and care. The Time Traveler's Wife is often remembered as a story about a man who cannot stay in one place in time. But perhaps its real message is much simpler. None of us can stay in one moment forever. Time keeps moving whether we are ready or not. The question is not how to stop time. The question is how to love, connect, and live fully while it passes. And in the end, the moments that shape our lives are rarely the extraordinary ones. They are the ordinary moments we chose not to take for granted.